Hey guys, welcome to the review show. My name's Austin. The main one stars David Hardward Thornton and Crystal Martin. David's the one that played the clown in Terrifier 2, Art the Clown, and I actually liked him in that movie and Terrifier, and he's in this. A sleepy mountain town, Cindy witnesses the murder of her parents by a bloodthirsty green figure in a red Santa suit. 20 years later, the Christmas-hating monster begins to terrorize the town once more. Cindy finds new purpose in stopping the creature and saving the holiday. The Grinch killing people sounds amazing. It sounds fun. But not if you do it like how this movie did it. This movie is bad. And not like a good bad, it's just awful. See, the one movie that did this recently is Violent Night, where they took the idea of Santa Claus and just Santa killing people, but to save a family. And so it's basically like the swap roles, where it's like the Grinch killing people because he hates Christmas. That sounds like it's such a good idea. But somehow this movie fucks it up. So, the way that this movie starts is with Cindy losing her parents. Well, actually, no, that's not. There's going to be mild spoilers. Sorry for anyone that was really looking forward to this movie, even though that I'm pretty sure no one has no idea that this movie is out or exists. So sorry to that one person that just was really excited for the mean one. So basically, the Grinch, you know the story. The Grinch comes into Cindy's house. She finds him, and they kind of have like a little moment. Not like a that sounds awful. Not like a sexual moment. They just have like a nice, friendly moment, and but instead of Cindy going straight back to bed, and actually the story continues in the way that we all know it. Cindy's mother comes down and sees the Grinch, and she freaks out, and so she starts attacking the Grinch, and which makes sense, and it totally makes sense. It's like you see this person in your house, and so she's basically beating the Grinch to death in some form. But the Grinch doesn't kill her, and the movie describes the Grinch killing her parents. But Cindy's mother just basically slips and falls on a nail, stabbing herself in the neck. The Grinch didn't do it. So basically, the Grinch was sort of like a nice person at the beginning, but then was basically framed and blamed for a murder, when really he should have just been blamed for breaking and entry, and sort of like somewhat manslaughter by accident. What would you call it? It's called manslaughter, isn't it? Sort of. I don't know criminal law. I don't know anything. And this is like the worst acting I've ever seen in a movie. This acting is straight up awful. I get it's a low budget movie, but when you have a kid literally just says monster like that, it's like you know what you're getting yourself into, because that's just like bottom of the barrel bad acting. And I'm not blaming the kid actress. This is literally the whole entire movie. Like, every actor and actress is terrible in this movie. Like, it's straight up like somber acting I've ever seen in a movie. I guess we could throw in Journey to Hell and into that as well. The guy from Terrifier 2, David, I forget his name, David Howard Thornton, it plays Art the Clown in that movie, and he's like all over the top, and he's creepy, and he's in this movie, and he plays as this like awkward cop who's hitting on Cindy, but doesn't know how to talk to a girl. I mean, I don't know how to talk to a girl either, but he's like it's cringy, but it's like really, really cringy, and it's like trying to force this love romance when it doesn't make any sense. I don't understand that the dialogue is awful. I wasn't expecting like this movie to be great at all. I was honestly expecting it to be on the level of like Violent Night, where it was just having fun, you know, Santa and the Grinch killing people. Like, that's what I wanted. It's just straight up the Grinch killing people. But there isn't really any of that. And when it does happen, everything that you see, the blood, like all the gore, is CGI. The blood is fucking CGI, and it's literally the same like blood effects and it's I don't know my words. It's the same blood effect every single time. The blood, it's like copy and paste onto the screen. And it's so obvious, it's so bad. It doesn't match the grading of the film at all. And it's just, I don't understand. I don't know how this got approved. I don't know who looked at that. It's like, yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Let's put that out in theaters and people are gonna like it. That's literally CGI in a fish. They CGI fish into this movie. They couldn't go to a pet store that had fish and literally buy fish that probably maybe worth $10 and just put them in a bowl. They literally had to CGI fish into a bowl because that's just not part of their budget. See, when we get a movie like Terrifier, which is a low budget movie, a really low budget movie, it's probably the same budget as somewhat in this range of this movie. And when it has like the gore effects in that, that tells you something that like even with that type of low budget, you can do something insane with it. And this movie just like puts it all in CGI and it doesn't make any sense. Like, you could not afford somebody to come in and do you literally have the guy that plays Art the Clown in Terrifier 1 and 2. You literally could have asked him, hey, do you know anyone that, in the, practical effects department or something, that can come up and work on our film with us with practical effects so we could, have like that terrifying experience like your movie, those movies had? Nothing. Like, one thing in film business is that people make friends in that business so then they can go work on other films. Use your resources, people. Like, I don't understand like how this makes any sense. I don't understand. I legit don't understand at all. I predicted literally everything at the beginning. And see, it wouldn't be that big of a deal if like at least the killing was awesome and gory. When this movie, especially when this movie is NR, not rated, so meaning it's so gory that it's not rated, meaning you have to be 18 and older to watch this. Like, and it's not 17 and older. For her to come back to this town after 20 years, their therapist says, face your fear. Go back to the town where your mom was murdered by this creature and face your fear. Whoever's that therapist shouldn't be a therapist. They should definitely lose their license, because that's a terrible advice to give to someone that has trauma over their parents' death. Okay. So she goes back. The Grinch kills her dad because they're setting up Christmas lights and whatnot, which that Grinch which they had up for like hours. That Grinch should have came out a long time ago, because he does kill during the day, and they're the only ones in this town that has Christmas spirit, because the sheriff in this movie banned Christmas in this town, which would never fucking happen in real life. You can't. That's basically against freedom of speech. So I'm glad I'm bringing politics into this fucking movie. I never thought I would do that. The Grinch kills her fucking dad. And so now she's like, all right, it's time to get serious. I'm gonna train, and shoot a Grinch dummy, and somehow make jingle bells into fucking grenades for them to explode, which sounds fucking cool. I mean, I'll admit that sounds fucking cool, but it doesn't make any fucking sense. and the movie hasn't justified its existence, especially with its poor killing effects. It's like, that's why I came for, is the killing, and it's like, well, it looks like shit, so why would I fucking enjoy it? It's like my suspense of disbelief is already ruined out and gone out this movie, so it doesn't really, so it's like, what, it doesn't feel cool anymore. It's just like, this is stupid. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And instantly, she's like a fucking badass for no fucking reason. She trained for maybe 2 hours. At least 2 hours, and it's like, all right, I'm fully trained like a mercenary. I'm gonna kill the Grinch. The way that this movie ends is that she gets the Grinch. You know how the story ends is with the Grinch turning good, and so apparently, his so the more that his heart grows, is like, it's painful for him, that his heart explodes and his chest just bursts out, and it's like, what the fuck? Wait, what? Why did his heart explode? It's because I don't fucking know. It doesn't make any fucking sense. That I get that it's like, oh, his heart is, because his heart's like, 2 sizes smaller than a normal heart or whatnot, and like the heart, gets bigger because now he has a consciousness, or he starts carrying more or something on those lines. But it doesn't make any sense for it to. Why? The more I think about it, it's funny, but it's only funny because I'm talking about it. It's not funny while I watch it, because it's more funny to shit on it than actually watch it. And so, I don't know. So, yeah, that's the mean one. I'm gonna give the mean one an F. There is not one good thing about this movie, unless you're really drunk. Unless you're fucking really drunk to watch this movie and have some entertainment. The entertainment part is supposed to be the killing, the Grinch killing people, but it looks so fucking bad. It's like, what, I can't enjoy this in a bad way, and it's just I literally I don't know how. But so the Grinch, I know the review's supposed to be over, but I'm just gonna describe this one fucking thing. The Grinch throws this one girl in something, and she suddenly just starts grinding out for no. Is it what was she? I don't know how, but so she's grinding in something or whatnot, and you can tell that her body's on a green screen, and it's just CGI blood everywhere. You seriously couldn't fucking take a dummy and just grind it up and have it explode, like, that probably cost you maybe $10. Whatever. Yeah. I haven't ranted on a movie like this in a while. And I somewhat enjoy, whenever a movie is just straight up bad, I somewhat enjoy ranting on it. Unless it's like a movie that I was really excited for, then it's just depressing. But, so yeah. Don't go out and see it. I feel bad for the actor that plays Art the Clown. Hopefully Terrifier 2 did really well enough where it's going to make a third one, because I would like to see the third one. I think Terrifier could be a great next like slasher horror franchise in its own way. I think that would be awesome. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like always, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.